Melissa is back with some more DIY inspo, and this time she shows us how to make our own earrings from, get this, Mzansi, clay. So how are we going to be making earrings out of clay today?
So today all we're going to need is some clay, and you're free to pick your colors. I've gone for some white, black polka dot action today.
Love it.
And then all we're going to do is take some wax or baking tray paper, have your board out there just so we can press it nice and flat, and your rolling pin, and we're good to go.
So where do we start when it comes to creating our own
You're going to start by choosing a base color. So I'll go with black. You can choose any of the colors over there, and we're just going to warm it up using our hands, making it nice and soft. And then once we've got that all sorted and you can feel that it's a bit easier to press down, you can just start flattening that a bit with your fingers and then put that onto your wax paper. Then what you're going to do is grab your rolling pin and you're going to wet that a bit. So just take your fingers and just wet that rolling pin slightly, just so that the clay does not stick to the rolling pin.
So you don't want to just, overly soak your rolling pin.
So now what we're going to do is take our rolling pin and start pressing this clay flat. And you don't want to go too flat, just leaving about, I think, 1 centimeter thickness, so that our earrings have a bit of dimension to them. So you can just apply a bit of pressure and again, get out those stresses from the week.
Oh, trust me, I'm going to need it.
And we'll just push that flat. So next what you're going to do is take an accent color if you want and start breaking off a few pieces, as small, as thick as you'd like, and then just start pressing them onto your base color.
Beautiful. And is that essentially how you've been able to create that speckled illusion on your earrings?
Exactly. And it's also known as a terrazzo effect, and also the cow print look, which I know is quite popular at the moment.
That is so popular right now. People are getting cow print everything.
Exactly.
Fingernails, outfits. I'm like, what is this trend all about? But look, I'm here for it. I'm doing a little bit of a variation here. The first one I just laid down is kind of big. It's huge, in fact. But this next one, I'm going to accent it with a smaller little dot all around here.
So once we're sorted with this and you've got a bit of a look on there, even if it's quite chunky, don't worry about that. We're going to wet our rolling pin again and start pressing our accent pieces flat into our base color.
Okay, love that. Super simple, super easy. I'm not going to add too much black here. I think I'm happy with my 4, and then we do this. What's the number one thing to remember when creating accessories out of clay?
I think the one thing to remember is you don't want to go too thick, because you want it to be as light as possible on that person's earring. I think the worst part is wearing a very heavy earring where you feel like you're being tugged to the ground.
And then your earlobe dangles. No, we don't need that.
Exactly. And the other thing with clay is don't go too thin as well, because we don't want it to snap off and break. Clay can be quite sensitive. So we want to just make sure that we have that 1 centimeter thickness.
Love that. Beautiful.
Perfect.
So then we just keep rolling, making sure that the two colors are incorporated into each other. Thank you.
And then once it looks, your accent pieces are flat into the base, you're going to take our cookie cutter, which you can take either from a bottle cap or whatever you'd like, and you can take that, just dip a bit of water on there again, just so our clay doesn't stick to that base, and then you press it straight into your clay.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually going to go with an oval shape.
Do a different shape. Yeah, I love that. I love the ingenuity here. I mean, this is so simple, so quick and easy. I'm going to go with a big earring. Oh, wait, no. A smaller earring so I can make 2.
And then once you've got your print, you can simply lift out your clay and start pulling apart the extra pieces.
Okay.
To unravel.
Is it okay for me to kind of do a little twist action to make sure that that shape is held within the clay?
100%.
Okay.
Just give it a bit of a push and then start folding it out. And again, if it's not perfect, that's not a problem. You can always use something at home like a knife or a cutter, just to make sure that your earrings are in your desired shape. And then all we're going to do next is we're going to grab a toothpick so that we can create the hole that our earring hoop would go through. And so you can grab a toothpick. And this time you won't need any water. We simply go straight into the earring, closer towards the top, so that we can create that hoop that will go through our ear.
Love, okay. I'm going to do this one up here, because I want the black accent to be
You've got it. So just poke it through, give it a bit of a twist so that you can see right through to the other side.
Like that.
You've got it.
So then how do we make sure that it's solidified like that? And then of course you can add whether you like our hoops or the stud little, what are they even called?
So what we're going to do is, before we add, and they're called jump hoops, before we put those through, what you're going to do is take your earrings and we're going to leave them on the baking tray, and that would then go into your oven. And so you'd bake that for about 30 minutes. Again, it would depend on the brand of clay that you use, but for this specific earring and for the specific type of clay, you put it into the oven 130 degrees for about 30 minutes. So once your clear earrings are all good to go, you put them, or you take them out of the oven, you let them rest for about 30 minutes, and then you grab an old earring which you can upcycle, simply take them apart and then put that jump hoop through the hole that you've created with your toothpick, and then you're good to go.
Love that. Super simple, super easy. Melissa, another round of applause because you come bringing on that heat. I'm definitely going to be rocking those hopefully in tomorrow's show. Now, to get more information and DIY inspo from Melissa, please check out our Afternoon Express social media pages.